your cups. Be able to shine a little light on it. There we go. There we go. As we wait for people to get in here, it's going to be a teaching on the OMs. I know tonight I'm going a little early, but it's been a long day. I've been up since 4:15 and tried to deal with the computer stuff. So welcome, family. Don't forget to do roll call. Don't forget to put in there. Oh, this light is just bothering me. Sorry. Got to be able to adjust the light. I know it's a little dark, but the lamp that I had... Here, let me show you. Let me show you. The lamp that I had, this sits by my bedside, right? And this lamp is so heavy with the glass that it just kind of goes... So, you see how it teeters? It's like no matter how you do it... No matter how you do it, no matter where you put it, it's like it still wants to like poof. And I've tried to where because you can flip all of this around. You know, you can adjust it to where you want. But it's so heavy that no matter what you do, it wants to tip over. So I'm like, to heck with this. It's got to go. So anyways, yeah, like I said, I know I'm a little early, but it's been a long day trying to figure out the whole computer thing, you know. It's like, yeah, that's a nightmare in itself, but... Anyways, we'll wait for the Soul family. Don't forget when you come in, don't forget to do the roll call of CBVOY because we are creating that best version of you always and forever. Let's see if I can... Here. Oh, hold on. I just made it worse. We'll get it right. It's like, we'll get it right. There we go. Enough light on it, I guess. Put a little light on it, right? Just have to sit forward and be able to do it that way. It's just, it gets in my eyes and it just annoying. But if we sit here, you can see me. Hopefully you can hear me. We'll wait for our soul family to get in because they're the ones that want to tap into the OM realms. Yeah, look, very abundant, baby. I'm telling you, can't make it up. Things are coming to completion. Things are actually lighting up. Yeah, 4 of Cups. A lot of people have been sitting in contemplation when it comes to, well, what does this all mean? But if you're truly following God, you know that the different OMs is the work of God, because the Pleiades, now mind you, astrologically, the Pleiades are the 7 sisters. Now we have brothers and sisters out here everywhere, okay? God, we are one big family. The thing is people don't want to see it that way, right? So Father says, I'm going to give you the definition of what the 7 sisters are, because he is the one that hired them, well, not really hired them, but granted them to be very powerful when it comes to certain things for us, when it comes to working for us. And so the ones who, with the 4 of Cups and the Page of Cups, the ones who are sitting in contemplation but yet getting the signs and synchronicities, Father is saying like, whoa, wait a minute. Are you paying attention to the different burdens and the different responsibilities that you're supposed to be taking? So when we talk about the Pleiades, and like I said, sorry, I got a habit of that. Hello, sister. How you doing there, beautiful? How is your day going? A lot of people don't understand that astrologically, that plays a huge part in our natal chart. Our natal chart is that blueprint that God designated to us, that he chose, the latitude, the longitude, the magnitudes, what planetary systems are in progress, the positionings that they play, the cusp that we have, all represents who we are as the true individual, right? Like I said, sorry for shaking the table. Hopefully tonight is the last night energetically that we have to deal with this being on my phone, right? Good. I am doing great, sweetheart. Like I said, I've been up since like 4:15, so that's why I kicked in a little early tonight. I'm tired, and energetically, Father wanted this message out when it came to the OM so that you guys could receive your rewards and have that clear thinking when it came to being the quick thinker on the perspective of how he aligns each and every one of us. Now, based on how much you are awakened, how much you know, it's like, I will never claim to know everything. People always say, well, she thinks she's a know-it-all, or she's always happy. No, I ain't. I'm an everyday, average, ordinary woman who is independently owned and operated, carrying the same burdens and responsibilities as you. I just know how to put it into completion by being able to be very enthusiastic about the discovery of the signs and synchronicities that Father has, because 1010 is God and the angels are always watching over us, and having gratitude for my beautiful journey and watching things come into fruition because of it. Okay, so yeah, and being able to come to calmer waters, knowing that when you get the message, like, I've got a hoodie on right now, I got a hat on right now, but I got the goosebumps. I mean, I'm telling you, Father is talking about our stable foundation. So let's get into the Pleiades, because these are the other multidimensional realms that people want to overlook. But the thing is when you overlook, you are juggling your spirituality, right? It's like you are not setting up the healthy boundaries to be persistent and resilient of what he entitles in this journey. So I get the messages from our Father, and you guys all know that. Hello, Bunny. Bunny. Yeah, that's me, ding-a-lang. Toomp. Hello. How does it go? So anyways, yeah, I'm telling you, a lot of you sit in contemplation when it comes to, you get this creation, this inspiration, but you're like, where is this coming from? Well, just know that Father has an army of angels that are watching over you, that are working with you. So let's get into this when it comes to I'm telling you, I can't make it up. Look, 8 of Swords, come out of hiding. Come out of your hermit shell. It is time to go into a new shell, bigger, better, and grander. Why? Because Father wants things for you to have gratitude in order to understand this luxury life, right? Yeah, by setting up them healthy boundaries, by manifesting everything that's meant for you. But the Pleiades is the 7 sisters, and they each have a meeting, and everybody knows that God's number is number 7, correct? Okay, and it's like, when you look at that, God had the compassion to have these angelic workers doing the job, because he is a man of plenty, but he is also a man that has a lot of children who he deals with all the time. Now, he talks to each and every one of us because he has deployed many angels. Yeah, look, he has deployed many angels, and he had a vision when he co-created all of this. He's a genius. He is a absolute genius, okay? So we're going to get into this. Now, each card that is pulled, mind you, it's going to be from one of the 7 sisters. And as you know, I got them here for you because a lot of people don't understand the connection that I have. Now, I don't need these papers. I don't need these cards. It's all irrelevant. Father guides me to talk to you about all of this because he needs people to awaken and to stop outcasting certain things when it comes to the cosmos and the galactic forces, with the Lemurians, the Ceres, the Pleiades, Orion, Orion plays a huge significant part because that is the belt of protection from Father, right? And when you see Orion in the sky and you look down, there's 3 points of communication that align with the pyramids of Giza, which were royalty, which were significant when it came to astrologically, because back then, yeah, look, I'm telling you, look at this. Woohoo! 10, 10, and 4 of Wands. So this is you being able to manifest and be very abundant, to have that stable home, that stable life, and to have that prosperity, to have the understanding that Father, thank you. So, and Father was just saying that so that you have a greater understanding how this all ties in, because so many people want to X certain things out, and if they don't find it in the Bible, then they deny it. And Father says, you are denying me then. So when it comes to the Pleiades sister, number 1, her name is Maya. Now, Maya is the eldest solitary sister. She is the one that helps you spend time alone. She's the one where Father says, I'm going to put you in hermit mode. I'm going to put you in isolation. I want you to reflect. I want you to be able to do these things. Maya comes in and says, okay, Father's telling you, you need to step back, or you need to pull your energy back, or you need to come in and sit alone and reflect on your life, on your journey. So he sends Maya, which is a Pleiades sister, okay, that comes in and helps you get that message, whether it's from Father or whether it's from Maya. The thing is, the 33 master teacher always comes in, and that is Master Jesus. He always comes in, whether it's with his team or whether it's with him. You have to use your discernment. Good evening, Purple Bird. Yes, you are very welcome, sweetheart, and I'm glad that you got home and all is well. So we are talking about the OM realms for the ones just checking in. So Maya is the eldest solitary sister, and she is the one where when you feel compelled to sit by yourself, or you feel compelled to follow God's word and not be in a relationship and, just be by yourself to get closer to God, it's like she comes in and says, okay, you want to know how to spend time by yourself? You need to self-reflect. So what is Maya saying? What is Maya saying? Ooh, I'm telling you, she is the Queen of Pentacles. This is being down to earth. This is being connected to Mother Earth Gaia, okay? And it's Mother Earth Father time. Pay attention, pay attention. Because this is the larkspur flower. Now, the larkspur is, it's like you lurk for the synchronicities that Father is trying to show you, but sometimes you get that spur, you get that great kick in the behind, right? And that's where Father says, hey, you need to go into reflection. You need to actually see what is taking place. You need to know what is going on. Now, then that leaves us to Alcyone. Okay, Alcyone is the sister who wards off the storms, because many of us go through trials and tribulations. Many of us want to find that inner peace, and connecting with Father is the best way to find that inner peace. But it's like in that moment when you are self-reflecting and you want that peace, the second sister comes in to help do the handiwork of Father. And, Alcyone comes in and says, hey, look, if you want things to come into fruition, you need to have the perseverance and the resilience to bring things into fruition. Because when you bring them into fruition with the 9 of Wands, it's like Father's telling you, hey, I want you to have victory. I want you to have good health. I want you to have all these beautiful things. And it's like, I want you to have this new beginning. And so Alcyone comes in and says, hey, I'm going to take off these storms, because when you self-reflect and you calm that storm within you, Father will calm that storm around you, because there's certain gases and materials and things that he puts a blocker in for you to be able to go into isolation and think nothing of what the outside world is doing. You think only of what is going on in God's world and what you need to do. So that brings us to the third sister. The third sister is Calero. Now that is the darkest sister. Okay. She is the darkest sister of the seven sisters. And she is the exploration of your shadow side. That's why she's considered the dark sister. Okay. It does not mean that she is of evil. No, she is of love and light of God. But the thing is she is the one that helps expose your shadow side and the sins that you are doing and the things that you are doing against Father's will. So what do we need to know? She's the one that shows you that you are juggling things. She is the one that shows you that you are not nurturing, that you do not have balance, and that you need to be able to reflect. So these three sisters, this one comes in and says, listen, you're juggling all these things. I need you to be able to come back down to earth and be persistent and resilient so that things come into fruition, so that you can follow Mother Earth and Father Time, what he's got for your divine plan. And therefore, it's going to pull out your shadow side. It's going to bring peace within your soul, and it's going to help you reflect of how to grow. So it's very important when the sisters are coming in. Okay. So now we have Electra. Electra is the sister who disappears after grief. And the thing is the reason why she disappears, because you have to come in, do your shadow work with the Calero sister, the darkest sister, to come in with Alsalini to be the sister that wards off the storm, in order to find that peace and come to Mariah, who helps bring that self-reflection. It's like, because these hurts and these pains, these trials and tribulations, yeah, they affect our life, they affect our growth, they affect how we think, how we move, how we speak, how we interact, how we accept certain relationships. But Electra is the sister that disappears after the grief, because you are forced to face that grief. Thank you. She comes in and said, you're too electrifying with the message. So it's like she's coming in and saying, hey, I'm going to flee. I'm going to block off all of this so that you can come in and figure out how to overcome this sadness, how you can talk to Father and overcome this sadness. Okay, so what is Electra trying to say? I'm telling you right here, have gratitude for the journey, because the work that they are having you do means so much more. And for this to be a carnation, this is that sadness of losing somebody, having your family resent you and hate you because they know that your light shines. They know that you are the fallback person, the one that they could always put the blame on, because they were too afraid to come in and do their shadow work, face their fears, face their challenges, do and find that peace in order to self-reflect. Instead, it was easier for them to project it on you. So they didn't appreciate you. They didn't have gratitude for the journey itself, right? And Electra is saying, listen, it's like the sister who disappears after grief. When you look at it, how many of you have left home because of all the grief that they have co-created as a karmic family? I know I have. I dipped out at 14. I was working 2 jobs. I was out of there. I'm like, deuces, baby. Yeah. The thing is Electra guided me to disappear from all that grief in order to stop juggling my shadow side, to be able to come in and find peace within my soul, find myself, and give that self-reflection in order to come closer to God. See, we all have to go through things in order to make everything smoothly come out, right? It's like baking a cake. It's like you can put all the ingredients in it, but if somebody is constantly casting the grief and the shadows and the challenges and telling you you ain't going to amount to anything, and all this abuse and drugs and alcohol and everything else, if they're doing all of this, how are you to rise? How is your cake going to rise? It's not. It's going to be a flat cake. It's going to come out lopsided. It's going to come out lumpy. It's not going to be right. Just like your energetic soul. It's like if you don't do the self-reflection and you don't find peace within yourself and do your shadow work, you're not going to be able to overcome the sadnesses to move forward. And so then you become stuck and stagnant. So you're like that cake that gets stuck in a pan. It's like, I know I should have floured it. I know I should have greased it and floured it in order for it to be removed easily, but I didn't. Okay. And this is why you need to take that time. This is why you need to sit back and think. So now astropy, which is the twinkling star, means that you are this shining star. And it's like they knew you were the shining star. It's like they knew you were that creative spark that was going to go above and beyond them in your family. And so they treated you like crap. They treated you like you were dirt. They treated you like you were a rug and they were going to wipe their feet on. And all of their hurts and pains, because they didn't want to face their shadow side. They didn't want to reflect. They wanted that peace, but they wanted to skip and jump. And that's why the way the cards, Father had me lay the cards out, it went 1, 2, 3, 4, because they wanted to skip the steps instead of taking the steps and mastering the steps that Father told them to take and master in order to have gratitude on a spiritual level. So astropy is the twinkling sister with that creative spark or in that inspiring message that says, hey, I'm better than that. I'm not going to sit here and be consumed and fall in doom because they want to cast all of their shadows on me, knowing that I came in with a pure heart, knowing that God blessed me into this earth and birthed me with a pure heart, with kindness, with compassion, everything that they weren't, because they knew they were karmic. They knew who you were. They absolutely knew who you were. And so what they did is they used you as the scapegoat in your family to paint the bad picture, because they knew if they cast shadows, their shadows on you, what are you going to do? You're going to rebel. You're going to kick, stomp, turn. You're going to flip out. Okay. So that gave them a reason to have the whole family sign that contract and say, yeah, this person, this child is rebellious. This child is a type of child that you need to stay away from. You need to stay away from. And I'm right and you're wrong. In fact, they didn't want to face their dark nights of the shadow. They didn't want to reflect. They wanted that peace, and they thought that that peace was being able to control and manipulate and lie and categorize you as the bad child and juggle you and sign soul contracts. Oh, Father, you did it to me again. I'll be right back. I have to go grab a piece of paper because, you know, I wrote something down earlier based on my own situation. And you know how I do my poems, right? I wrote this down, and now he's telling me you need to go grab that, because that poem that I wrote, or song, or whatever you want to call it, I don't call it a song because I ain't no musician. You know, can I sing? Yeah. Can I do all these different things? Yeah. But now it makes sense, and I have great gratitude for it. So let me go grab it quick, and I'll be right back, soul family. Now is the time to take your pee break, get your drink, do what you got to do, and meet me back here in less than a minute. All right, that was less than a minute, but you know, Bunny's quick, Bunny's fast. Bunny hops through and gets her done. Okay, so it's ironic. I will wait for you all to come back. Now, mind you, I'm not going to sing you this. I'm going to read you this. But if I sang it the way that I was feeling it today when I wrote it, because I'm all about creative writing. And I do it all the time. I've got almost 45 notebooks now with all these poems and things that I have been writing, because it brings me to calmer waters to be able to release it, self-reflect in my own solitude, okay, and to find that inner peace with me by expressing it, by writing it down, okay. That's very powerful, because you're still communicating. Yep, boing boing, hoppity hop, flippity flop, bunny's got it. All right. So with this beautiful read, with overcoming the grief and sadness, now I wrote this and it's called Truth for All. And I'm telling you, you can laugh at it, you can mock it, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. This is my actual feelings when it came to my family, and I'm going to put it out there like I thought about it today, okay? So it says, here's my little story I want to tell. My karmic family put me through hell, signed a contract to see me fail, had all the support, how they feel. They petitioned me in every way, guilt amongst them, they rallied up, trying to raise their own emotional cup. And then the chorus that I put in there as I was thinking in my head, it's like, so if the shoe fits, then wear it. I'm not going to stand here and bear it. It's not my job to carry it anymore. I shut that door. What they failed to see, I already knew. They were using me to get to the top. For the hell they put me through. Made up rumors that would never stop, because I had more balls than they had ever got. Used me as a pawn for what they did wrong, because my heart was pure. They couldn't stand my light, as it put them in fear. So if the shoe fits, then wear it. I'm gonna stand here and bear it. It's not my job to carry it anymore. I shut that door. God pulled me away even through it, God pulled me away even though it caused me so much pain. The hurt and distress, I felt this emptiness inside my chest. They couldn't stand. I spoke my truth, calling out the lies that the family grew in a group, sitting by each other's side. Confirmation. So if the shoe fits, then wear it. I'm not going to stand here and bear it. It's not my job to carry it anymore. I shut that door. They thought it was a punishment to not have me around, but that was Father's blessing for it to all fall down. It started to unravel, laying new gravel as I was not around. Their secrets revealed, the truth prevailed, and their relationship started to fail. I was not around to be the blame, or to have them point the fingers and feel their shame as they disrespected my name. I'm not in their nasty game. I'm not in their nasty game to hurt, destroy, or cause pain. I'm here from above to shower my love and help all people to rise above. So if the shoe fits, then wear it. If I'm not going to stand here and bear it. It's not my job to carry it anymore. I shut that door. And it says, I am myself, and I refuse for them to put me on a shelf, thinking I will take their punch. You can go to hell. All the secrets will be exposed for thinking you could have your foot at my throat. I will speak the truth for all to see that your misery was never meant for me. So if the shoe fits, then wear it. I'm not going to stand here and bear it. It's not my job to carry it anymore. I shut that door. Yes, I shut that door. Oh, you see, I shut that door. So that is the poem that I wrote today when it comes to that creative spark of healing that grief. When Electra comes in and gives you that spark. Yes, thank you, sister. And I'm telling you, this is just stuff like I was just writing to myself, you know? It's like I do it all the time. And it expresses of what is truly going on, because everybody sits here and thinks, oh, she's had a perfect life. Oh, she's so happy. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. No, I've ridden that very long, dirty, hard, grueling, grappling, destroying, destructive life. And yes, it is, Purple Bird. Yes, absolutely. Their misery is not my problem, because the thing is, when we have gratitude, we find that peace and things come to fruition for us because we persevere forward. We have that resilience. We don't sit here and juggle like they're doing, trying to put on a show. It's like, not my circus, not my tea, right? It's like they're trying to put on this beautiful act of, this is how it is. This is how everything went down. She's a lie, 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 lie. The fact is they were projecting all their lies because I spoke the truth, and they couldn't stand it. They couldn't bear the fact that I was constantly calling them out and saying the truth. So it's like, what did they have to do? They had to point the fingers at me. Well, guess what? If the shoe fits, wear it, because like I said, it's not my problem. It's like, I'm not going to bear your problem, because you created that problem. You created these people to dislike me. You created these people to not open their heart to me, to see my full potential. It's like, you were the master juggler, and they master juggled how they thought your destiny was going to be, that these people were not going to love you for your unique individual self, that they weren't going to love you, or you weren't going to amount to anything. And now that they see that you have gratitude, and that you are more luxurious than they are, and that God has shined the light and blessed you with your true gifts that inspire, motivate, and empower, it's like, now they're looking back of, whoa. Now they want to be Tegete. And Tegete is the companion to Artemis. Artemis is the goddess of knowledge, because now they're seeing. Yes. Pop, mic drop. Boom. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love it. Hold on. That's right. It's like they can look in the mirror and they can fight with themselves, because it's their shadow work that they need to fight with. There is nobody to argue with. Yeah. I love it. But this is where it brings us to Tegete, which is the sixth sister, which is all about growth, right? You are doing all the work. Oh, excuse me. Father said we forgot to pull a card for Astropy. Okay, the twinkling creative star, because he got me into this. So what do we need to know about the creativeness? You're going to get your rewards. I told you. Father is showing 9-9. That's endings and beginnings to you getting your rewards, because you are doing everything that Father wants you to do. It's like you are the, what does he call it? Confirmation. Sorry, I don't answer the phone when I'm on live. Sorry. So, hold on. Let me go. I had to decline it. Sorry. Trying to find the buttons. But anyways, it's that hydro, how does he say it? It's the plant hydrangea. It's all about that hydration. Okay, so what he's telling me right now, I don't know if I got the flower right. Like I said, I'm not one that knows all the flowers, but I am very connected to Mother Earth, Gaia, and nature. I would rather spend my time out in nature than be trapped in four walls in isolation, where I could be out there hearing the messages and getting the connections and everything. Yes, Purple Bird, that's exactly the one I was talking about. The thing is we are hydrating all of this, okay? Because we are working through our emotions. They do not work through their emotions. What they do is they project. And when they project, they get rejected, right? Father says, oh, no. The master teacher says, oh, no. not with Mother Earth and Father Time. That is not how, and that is not of divine. Okay, the divine is the one who does that self-reflection, who brings that peace, and who does not juggle their shadow side or play the shame blame game and say, oh, you did this and you did that and you did that. No, take accountability and say, deuces, peace out, I'm out. Catch you on the flip side, baby. I'm going to go flip my pancakes, eat my scrambled eggs, because you done tried to scramble everything up for me. You tried to juggle me. But you know what? There's more protein to what's going on. And that protein is Father feeding you that information, him giving you everything that you need to know. So when it comes to Tegate, she is the companion of Artemis. Artemis is the goddess of knowledge. Artemis is the one that helps you have that exploration of your spirituality, to come into who you are, to have that growth. So what do we have for beautiful Tegate and Artemis? You are so abundant. I got goosebumps on my face and on my arms. And I'm wearing a hoodie and a hat. But this is you coming in and saying, listen, Tegate is telling you with Artemis that like-minded people will come together. The ones who hold that negative energy are always going to gravitate back to that low vibrating energy. So if it's like they choose one person over you, let them go, let them have it, because they're choosing that lower frequency, because they're not ready. They want to juggle that high frequency. They can't stand. They don't want to face their fears. They don't want to do their shadow work. They don't want to find peace. They don't want to let go and let God have it. Okay? And that's why they aren't abundant. That's why their life keeps crumbling and I'm hearing it's almost like the crumbling of the apple pie with the beautiful fixture and the cinnamon, because they want it to look good. They want it to taste good. But they have no clue how to be abundant. And 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, this is saying that you have gratitude for everything. You don't care if you've lost people. You don't care if you've lost material or monetary objects. You don't care who you lost or what you lost, because you have that gratitude that Father is going to make sure that if you're not juggling, all your rewards are going to come to fruition because of everything that you're doing. And if it hasn't happened yet, do not give up hope. Trust and believe in our Father, because what he's doing is he's working in the background to put things to rest so that you can have your manifestation. The 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles to come out in this read. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, I got the goosebumps. I got the goosebumps, because this is saying, listen, energetically, you will have everything that is meant for you, okay? And these karmic members, okay, your family members, the ones who tried to shun you, make you be the black sheep of the family, the ones who downgraded you and ridiculed you and belittled you and slandered you and caused all this delay in your life, made it so that certain connections could never be formed. Yes, you day. Good morning, sweetheart. That's right. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, HICK. Happiness is contagious. The thing is they want to belittle you and ridicule you and cut you down, because they don't feel good with the sinful choices that they made. And so they're trying to project it on you for you to be rejected by other people who see your love and light. And now that God is saying the juggling is over, their abundance is coming through because they have gratitude on this journey. Father is saying, now, guess what's up? I'm going to create that stability, and I'm going to make all your wrongs into rights. And so what Father's going to do is saying, listen, you are going to pay for the sins that you did. You are going to pay for what you did to this person. Okay? Your karma, you're going to be served the most beautiful drink ever, okay? And he don't care what flavor you're asking for. He's going to grant it to you the way he wants to give it to you, because it has nothing to do with us. Okay, these people want to project on you like you're the one doing all these things to them. You're the ones creating all this chaos in their life, when really, confirmation, they don't want to face their past sins, whether it was the sin of lust, whether it was the sin of manipulation, theft, lies, whatever it may be. They don't want to face it. So you become the one with the more knowledge and say, hey, I'm not going to juggle on this journey. I know exactly how to be abundant and get my rewards and have gratitude for the journey because I have peace within myself. So things are coming to fruition. When you counted me out, God counted me in. When you dulled my light, God took that shade off of me and said, you're the star, baby. You're the star. And so that brings us down to Miro. Now, Miro is the lost sister. The lost sister is the seventh sister who is telling you there's something you need to recover or search for. Okay? And this is very important because of all the lies, manipulations, all that dark nights of the shadow and all that casting of things that happen to you. It's like there's something that needs to recover. And the recover, for one, is you recovering, coming into your spirituality and following that righteousness will to walk with Father to make sure you're not juggling, that you're breaking that generational curse, that you're not stepping in to the same things that they did and keep that pattern going. You broke it. You choked it out. Okay? Because they had their foot at your throat the whole time, making you feel like this, putting you through depression, suicide, whatever it may be. Okay? And the reason why I say that is because that's where they pushed me. That's where they pushed me. The thing is even when they tried to put me in that mental institution, it's like the people in the mental institution said, what are you doing here? There's nothing wrong with you. They understood it immediately because God was like giving them the knowledge and the wisdom right away. But it's like that lost sister. You felt like a lost soul. You felt like everybody was against you. Nobody wanted anything good for you to happen. It's like they made sure that they put stop blockers up all the time. But you were the generational curse breaker, because not only did you expose their lies down to earth, you were not slandering them. You were not doing any of this. You were coming from love and light, speaking your truth, being at peace, sharing your testimony, sharing your story, not juggling and playing the shame blame game, but you were having great gratitude and you were being rewarded left and right. And they saw this of you being abundant. And now they're like, wait a minute. Now I want to come in and I want to fix things. I want to be your companion. I want to be your acquaintance. I want to come into your life. And Father says, oh no, wait a minute. I've done shut that door on that. And that's why even in this poem, I said, I've shut the door on that. I've shut the door on that. It's like they want to keep coming back and banging on a door that God, had closed on them. And Father's like, no, you didn't do any of the work. You are not coming near my star child. You are not coming nowhere near my creative child. You are not getting everything that has taken place. And now that they're seeing that their health is failing and things are falling and towers are constantly, every day towers are falling from them. Yes. Amen, Purple Bird. High five. Boom. That's right. We are the generational curse breakers, and they don't like it. They don't like it. So what do? They push even harder. They project even harder. They flaunt, oh, I live in $1 million house. Whoop-de-doo. I live in a shack with holes in the floor. But you know what? I have my inner peace. What do they have? They have worries about people breaking in and stealing from them, just like they tried to steal your life. So what comes around goes around. Absolutely, Purple Bird. Yes. Mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, they are being broken down. Father is putting this to rest. Okay. Energetically, they are now starting to feel exactly what you felt when they were doing this to you as a young child. This didn't just start out of the blue. This was a young child. When you came out of your mother's womb, they knew instantly that you were God's love and light, that you were his precious being. and that you are deeply rooted and grounded with our Father and Mother Earth Gaia to bring peace to this world, to give that love and light. Just like I said in my poem, it's like they were afraid because of my light. So that made them project everything that wasn't right. It's like they wanted to stand in my way and stop me from what is rightfully mine. And Father said, no, that's not how it's going. So the lost sister is saying that you need to recover from everything that they have done, but you need to recover in an understanding to where you are not juggling and staying in your head. You need to stay in your heart where Father resides, in your heart, mind, and soul. Let's see. Yes, and that stolen inheritance, sweetheart, he is going to pay. They're going to pay for it. You know, it's when Father says he is putting something to rest because he sees that they have manifested wrongly, that they have taken wrongly. Okay. And this 10 is all about completion. So just because it hasn't happened yet, know that Father is saying, don't worry. For your stability and your security, don't have that jealousy and envy. Don't go back and wish that you could have what they got, because Father said energetically, you're not going to want what they got, because he's got something much more for you. He's got something much greater. And not only that, but they're going to pay for what they did. So that's how we recover on a spiritual level. And when it says search for something, we need to keep searching for God. We need to keep searching for his answers, for that communication. Because when it comes to the lost sister, it's like we are not searching for a reconciliation. We are not searching to have the last word with these people that hurt us. We are searching spiritually how to grow, how to flow, and how to glow. Okay? Yes, and learning how to forgive, okay, because two wrongs don't make a right. You know, I always said life is like an algebraic form. Okay, now I'm seeing 44, the master teachers coming in saying you are abundant, you are powerful, and you have the greatest potential. But life is like an algebraic form. It's like if you get the formula right that God is saying, look what you get. You get God and the angels watching over you, protecting you, making you abundant, helping you manifest your wishes, goals, dreams, and desires. But if you get the formula wrong, energetically, he's going to put everything to rest, and you're going to pay. Even if you repent, you're going to pay for the sins in a harsher punishment. So it's like, you have to come from a place of love, no matter how bad they hurt you, no matter how bad they put their foot at your throat, no matter how bad you had to struggle, no matter how many times you had to starve. Like with me, many times I had to starve, go without food, because I was that nurturer. I was the provider. I made sure not only my kids, but their friends and their families who were all suffering, I made sure that they had it, because Father taught me how to fast. He said, you know what? You will be paid back abundantly. So there's times going without food, weeks at a time. It's like, and they would hear my belly growl and they're like, no, you need to eat something. I said, no, Father said, I will be paid in due time. Go ahead. Okay. And it's like, they wondered why I would, like provide for them, because I knew abundantly. I had gratitude for what Father had spoke to me. And I said, listen, he will pay me back more than what I dealt out, more than what people stole from me, more than what they took from me and tried to take my kindness for a weakness. Father says their punishment will come. They may be able to prosper and try to get a leg up and things will be going good. But Father says, don't worry. It's all going to come crashing down. Their stability, he's going to make them step back and have that self-reflection, find that inner peace, do their dark nights of the shadow, to have that inspiration of, hey, this person helped elevate me, and I did nothing but destroy, take, steal, lie, cheat, manipulate, and wish bad things on this person. Now, spiritually, they are being energetically affected And they're curious of, oh, did she do a spell on me? Oh no, Father watched you with his own eyes in the demise of what you tried to do to these people that were there for you in your time of need. When family wasn't there for you, when people turned their backs on you, this person provided for you and you treated them like complete garbage. So Father is saying, listen, it's like, in order for you to recover, you have to repent your sins. You have to go to Father. You have to ask him, how am I going to be less punished for what I did, Father? And they need to go in and do the inner work. You have no say in what Father does. It's they played it out accordingly to show their true colors, that they did not actually have a sense of unconditional love or care for you as a person. They were in that self-righteousness of, it's all for me, it's all for me, I don't care about you, I'm only going to look out for me, but I want you to look out for me. Okay, and beings that we are of love and light, yeah, we looked out for you. That does not make us gullible. That does not make us naive. In fact, Father says that makes us very abundant for our manifestations to come into fruition, with God and the angels watching over us, with the Pleiades sisters coming in and guiding us to reflect and find that peace and do our shadow work and overcome the sadnesses and the grief and the hurt and the pain, in order to be able to inspire from our testimony. Yes, absolutely. And that is that nurturing side, because see, the Two of Pentacles is these people that were jugging, but it is also the representation of balancing as a nurturer. So this whole time, we're doing spiritually what we're supposed to be doing, but people wanted to overlook us. People wanted to knock us down, kick us to the curb. Okay, fine. You do you, because you know what? When Father tells me to walk away from somebody, I'll walk away, because he sees things that I may not see right up front because of being that nurturer. But it's like, you have to forgive them. Forgive them. And it even says in the Bible, if your brother sins against you 7 times, you forgive them 7 times. You know, if he sins against you 100 times, you forgive him 100 times. Because you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for your inner peace and the gratitude of the walk that Father has for you. And it's a beautiful thing, because energetically, when you set up them healthy boundaries, Father comes in and he says, okay, now I've taken note on every person that you have given to, whether they were homeless while you were homeless, whether they were down on their luck, whether their family turned them away like your family turned them away, everything that you did not go out there and glorify and praise yourself and boast and brag and everything else and do videos of saying, hey, look what I did for this person. No, you did it in silence. You did it in stealth mode. You did it with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit and the angelic team. Because you don't need kudos. You don't need recognition for what you did. Father sees everything that you have done with that pure heart. And that 444 that you may be seeing right now, because that's what they're showing me, is that spiritual awakening to know the difference. You are not out there boasting and gloating and, needing that recognition of, hey, look at me, I did this, or hey, I'm better than you. No, because you're not better than anybody. We are on a journey that understands of coming in with our inner self to self-reflect on, what did we do? How do we change it? How do we come to closeness with our Father? How do we come to walk in that righteousness? How do we have that gratitude for everything that has happened to us? I'm talking sexually, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all the abuse, everything that you have gone through, the betrayal, the deception, how everything that we went through. How do you spiritually overcome that in order to get your rewards, to stand in your power, and to be deeply rooted and grounded so that you can persevere forward and have that resilience? So Miro is saying, what is it that you need to recover? So what is it that they need to recover? Miro, what do they need to recover? The Page of Swords, your energy, your spirituality. Stop being curious. Are they going to get punished? Are they going to get what they deserve? Oh, yeah, you bet your sweet dollar that they're going to get. It's going to be like that sweet apple pie, okay? Because Father said, when you're sitting at the table and having Thanksgiving with him and giving thanks to the journey, sharing and doing all this generous, loving, kind gestures, but you're not out there looking for kudos and recognition of, oh, hey, I dropped this, or hey, I did that. No. It's like Father is saying, you no longer sit at the table with the Jezebels that are ringing the bell, that are talking smack about you, that are portraying certain things on you to paint you as the bad picture. When Father says, listen, the whole time, you've been that beautiful, angelic masterpiece. And they are so jealous and so envy of what gifts that you have. But the thing is they have them same gifts. They never wanted to open them. So what happened is, I'm hearing what happened is now it's all projecting back on them because they're in ill health. Okay, their health is going downhill massively. Mentally, they're going into dementia and Alzheimer's. It's like they're forgetting things, and they're even forgetting parts of them, because Father is saying, I'm the one putting this to rest, not you. Because energetically, thank you, Father. Energetically, they intervened and stopped certain relationships that were puzzle pieces for your journey. And they programmed these people in their little group, in their little clique that, thought that they were born as a remote control, that they could control everybody. Father said, no, if I wanted you to be controlling everybody, I would have made you a remote control that put 2 AA batteries or 2 AAA batteries in. But I didn't. I created you as that human being. And what you did is you took that and you controlled these other people to stop this person on their journey to get their puzzle pieces. So when they started to rebel, when they started to act out, when they started speaking their truth, you didn't like it. So you had to make up lies and juggle of who this person really is. And so the thing is Father is saying it's almost like the Himalayan salt. It's like the cleanse. You have cleansed yourself as they have dirtied their soul. And now they need to come right energetically with Father. That is not your problem. Shut that door. Walk away. And when you walk away, don't walk away with regret. Walk away being proud, knowing that you are walking in the conviction with Father, that you have great gratitude for the journey that you were on spiritually, because the carnation is showing me spiritually. It's like, have that love spiritually, to know that you are so grounded with Father that they knew it from the past lives when you were born. Okay? Why do you think, and thank you, Father, for bringing this forward. He wants me to say this. He says, why do you think that some of you, when you were born, you didn't have a father figure? He dipped out on your mother. He dipped out because he knew that you were coming in as that beautiful star, as that beautiful creation of Father. And he had so many sins and demons that he was facing that his demons scared him off to not be in your life. And vice versa. Take it the other way if it was the mothers that took off, okay? But Father is having me bring this out. So many of you grew up without fathers, without mothers, depending on it. And because of their sins, some of them may have passed away based on their choices. The thing is Father says, you had no control over that. But that pain and that grief and that suffering and that sadness was that Calero, Electra, all coming in and saying, listen, this self-reflection, this shadow work had nothing to do with you. But you're the one that had to suffer that grief. You're the one that had to suffer that loss. You're the one that had to be mentally stuck in the head going, hey, why didn't my father love me? Why didn't he care to be around? Why was I an outcast? But then you can see years later that he teamed up with somebody else, committing sin, not even marrying this person, having 7 more children, and being there for all of them while still committing sin. But now he wants to X you out. He wants to call you the thief when he is the one that stole from you. He is projecting to reject you because he can't face his fears. He's juggling. And that's sad because that's a generational curse from all the pain and trauma that he's gone through, thinking that this program that he has gone through as a child was meant to be this way. He never wanted to step in and trust and believe in our Father and have gratitude for his actual life because he fell in addiction. He was an abusive drunk. And it's like the moment you tried to come into him and say, hey, do you know who I am? Yeah, I know who you are. Okay, well, you're going to come in with me and treat me rottenly immediately? You got healing to do, buddy. You got healing to do. So I wish you well on your journey and have a good one. And it's like now, looking back at all of this, Father is saying, who's getting the rewards? Because now they're sitting there missing the nostalgia of what could have been or how it should have been. And now they're reflecting because their time is coming, because Father has the strings of when our day has already been picked long before we were here, of the day that he was going to birth us and have that new beginning, and the day that he was going to end us, because he's got that all mastered out. That has nothing to do with us. Okay. The thing is he knows exactly. And now that they're older in age, they're going, oh, boo-hoo, pity me. Oh, me. Oh, this is happening to me. Oh. But in that time of need, when you needed them for the things that they were doing, and they were like, speak to the hand because the elbow ain't listening, you're just like, whoa, touche. It's like being in the bull ring with the little red cape going, hiya! You know, it's like now they want to come back and not say they're sorry, but they want to come back even harder at you, like, don't talk to me, you come on my yard and I'll take you out and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, do that. You've got massive healing that needs to be done, and I wish you well. And it's like, I can't shed a tear for you when you're the one juggling your life, stealing from people, lying, and trying to be King Tut on a molehill. That's exactly what's happening. They're trying to be King Tut on a molehill. They're trying to overdo and have this abundance when they can't even squeeze blood out of a turnip. Because they can't even turn up and come to where they're supposed to be. And they don't like it that you speak the truth. To be threatened by your own family that they want to take your life because of what you do, the truth that you speak. It's like, okay, energetically, if you think you can do it, step up. I'm right here. It's not being in an ego. It's not being egotistical. It's saying, God is saying, if they want to step up, bring it forth, because you don't scare me. Spiritually, we have gratitude for our journey. And Miro, the lost sister, is you have been lost for so long on this journey, blazing your own trail, co-creating, rising above, being that phoenix, coming through all these mundane things that they tried to project on you. You rose above. And now that they see that they're sitting in the backgrounds like this going, hey, wait a minute. Well, how do you got so many friends on Facebook, and how are you shining all this light, and how are you getting all this recognition, and why is it the stuff that I'm co-creating is not coming to fruition? Oh, think back. You was juggling, and I can't even do it right now, but Father, all I see is Father like this. It's like, you were juggling, and while you were juggling, what was happening? That's why none of your stuff is coming to fruition. It's nothing that we have to do. We're not sitting here cutting you down, stopping you from building your stuff. Father is the one energetically coming in and putting a rest at it. Because if you see, what does that say on this card? Star of Bethlehem. He is the Star of Bethlehem. He has co-created us. He has made us. And God will absolutely give you 100 times more than what the enemy, the family, the lover, the friends, the acquaintances, whoever it may be, even these unknowing fake scammers that come in and pretend to be somebody to destroy somebody else's life. And you're so kind and loving and kind-hearted that you help them out when they say, oh, well, I need help because my brother needs this or my brother needs that. And generously you give, because that's who Father made you. He made you abundantly to be the servant of our Father, to nurture and to have gratitude for the journey, because you know what it's like to go without. And you give and you give and you give. And these people take. Well, now Father's going to shake it up. He's going to shake it. It's like shake, 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 shake it up. Because he's going to end up breaking it all up, and they're going to see. They're going to see. Let me get the day back on. It's the 16th today. Whoop. All right. So, like I said, you know, it's like it is not up to us to seek vengeance. It is up to Father to shake it like a milkshake. Sit back and slurp down what you need, what messages you need to nurture your soul, to have that stability in everything that you've done, and to be that beacon of light, to shine your light, shine it, and know that Father is on your side every step of the way. So these people who have done this to you, just know you are not at fault. Do not carry their shame. Do not carry their darkness. Do not let them blame you. Okay? Forgive them. Let go and let God have it. Love them unconditionally. Because you know what really pissed off my biological mother and father with all of the stuff that I have gone through, and, you know, being away from home and just the hard road. And when I talk about hard road, it was a hard, dark, dingy, disgusting, cruel life, not only of abuse, mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, but spiritually. The thing is you know what really topped everything? When Father said, listen, I want you to write each and every one of them a letter, and I want you to send it to them, and I want you to tell them and take accountability. I am sorry for calling you out of your name. I am sorry for being rebellious. I am sorry for destroying your property, of flipping out and like breaking their stuff or whatever. And I just want to give thanks and gratitude because of Father bringing you and my father together, no matter good, bad, or indifferent. You two were the key components to create me. And I am thankful and I am grateful, and I wish you well on your journey. And sent them letters off. Oh, cheerio. I'm telling you, when Father had me do that, it was like, okay, yes, I wrote them each a letter. Even my brother, I wrote him a letter. And that man, he wanted to come and end me. I mean, he wanted to end me because I exposed everything out there, and said, hey, I understand of now what took place is because you were taught these things. Okay. The thing is writing them letters. I got back what she called a 4-page love letter. Her expressing her love, saying, you're a drug dealer, you're a dysfunctional child, you were a dysfunctional child, you're now a dysfunctional, an adult, just slamming me every step of the way. And telling me that I was lying about my cancer journey and everything that I was dealing with my cancer, when actually she became homeless. Okay. And I'm telling you this true story. Like I said, I'm vulnerable. I'm transparent. I don't care. It's not me bashing her. It's using my testimony of what takes place and how you have to stand your ground. Okay. So the thing is fighting my cancer. Father did something very miraculous and I didn't understand it. So I'm fighting my cancer as this woman who is supposed to nurture me and be there for me and support me and be my pillar of strength did none of the sort, right? She wanted me to drown. She did not care. She straight up juggled me. Being the older sister, yeah, that's another story we'll get into. But anyways, always being the oldest granddaughter growing up. The thing is I was going through my cancer and she was spreading lies and saying all this, that I was lying because she was now going through health issues and skin cancer, melanoma. Okay. She was going through melanoma and everything else because see, Father said, well, you're going to lie about my daughter here. I'm going to give you melanoma, which is skin cancer. Right. So she had it removed. And then all of a sudden, and I'm talking years of not speaking, seeing, or having anything to do with any of my family members. I mean, I rode solo and I still ride solo, except for with my children. The thing is Father energetically made her homeless, made her lose her job after 20 some years of being a CEO manager. He made her lose everything and become homeless. And she picked up that phone because I've had the same number for over 25 years. Okay. The thing is, she picked up that phone and said, hello, I really need you. And she started crying. And I said, what's wrong? She's like, I'm homeless. Your brother kicked me out. Your brother got in my face and kicked me out. I lost my job. I have nothing. I don't know where I need to go. The home I've had for 20 years, I lost that too. So Father made her lose everything and call me up. And from my generous heart, from my nurturing heart, I said, come on, kids. Despite everything that she has done to me, we need to go to Minnesota. We need to pack her up. And we need to bring her down here with us and give her a place to live, which I did. I let her move into my house, into the basement of my house. I fixed it up like a whole studio apartment for her. She had everything, refrigerator, everything was down there, for her to have. And I cooked her a warm meal every single night along with my children. Father did that. The thing is some people never change. Now, mind you, she said that she was sorry, but her actions did not show that sorry. Because when somebody says sorry to me, that means you're going to change your actions and do differently. You're going to learn from your mistakes and you're going to do differently. If you keep telling me sorry don't mean nothing to me if your actions are not backing your sorry up. But when she apologized to me, I forgave her. I forgave her for the abuse, for her saying that I enjoyed what her boyfriend did disgustingly to me as a child. She's like, you enjoyed it. And started throwing this in my face. And it's like something snapped in her and she became that same hurtful person that she was back then. And after 2 years of living with me, of creating that stable foundation, trusting and believing in the guidance of God, she kept this going. And Father said, you know what? You need to tell her to get her shit and get out. Get out now. And I opened up my garage door and I started throwing her stuff out the door. Into the garage, mind you. I wasn't disrespecting all her stuff, but I was taking her stuff and I was putting it in the garage. I said, you need to get out now. I don't care where you go. I don't care what's going to happen. You need to get your stuff and you need to go. So she tried to make me feel bad. And no, No, you ain't going to make me feel bad when you start cutting down my children and doing that generational curse of what you did to me to now your granddaughter, your grandsons. Father said, no, no, no. I broke that generational curse because I was not going to allow her to cut down my children. She was supposed to love my children unconditionally because she had never met them. And they were teenagers before she actually met them. That tells you the distance between me and her. The thing is last year, my grandfather passed away on my oldest son's birthday on October 19th. The thing is I was called to come and carry the casket for my grandfather because me and my grandfather, we were like this. I was the only one during all that hard time from him and my grandmother being married 69 years, him building the house that they lived in, raising the 4 daughters, you know, they had 5 daughters total, but they raised the 4. The thing is I had a very close connection with them. And the rest of the family wanted to fight of, no, that's my Bampa. No, I got a connection. No, I got a connection. Whatever, think and say what you want. But it all came down to it when my grandfather was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And the thing is he had to have double knee surgery. So my grandmother was taking care of her best friend, her twin flame. And all of a sudden, something went wrong with grandma. And she was stuck on the bed. She ended up having some type of blockage that was killing her. So grandpa went and made sure that, you know, he got the ambulance and everything else, got grandma taken care of, got the surgery, saved her life. But it's like, the thing is grandma's Alzheimer's and dementia kicked in, which is, I believe it's called Louis Alzheimer's, where sometimes she can feel normal and know everything, and sometimes she will forget who that person is standing next to her, right? Long story short, the thing is they took and put grandma in an assisted living and separated my grandparents after 69 years of being one. They separated them. So what that did energetically, it blocked grandma from remembering any of them. And the thing is when my auntie made that blanket with all 14 grandchildren on that blanket and put it on grandma's bed, a woman who was not speaking to anybody, not interacting, not consciously being there, looked over, saw that blanket, got up, went over and pointed right to my face and said, "That's my baby Joni. That's my baby Joni." And like I said, I've showed you, so family, the picture of the connection of me and grandma, how we look like identical twins. You know, our third eyes are touching because she was a very spiritual woman. And that's how she remembers me. But every time the family comes and visits her, "Call the cops, get that robber out of here. I don't know who these people are. They're trying to steal from me. They're trying to rob me." She forgot them. I just heard a mouse trying to chew through this wall. And that is telling you that pay attention to the small things, because that is God's doing. They're looking for a warm place to live. Wow, that is amazing. Like I said, there ain't no shame in what I am. You know, I have been homeless for 11 months because of nurturing people who didn't give 2 craps about me. I mean, they straight up said to my face they do. But when it came down actually to it, they were very selfish and all for themselves, and didn't care that me and my youngest son, my youngest son, yeah, he's 6'5", you know, he's a big boy. But the thing is not one of them called to check to see how we were doing. Not one of them cared. So it showed me, Father said, shut the door. Bam. Yes, absolutely. It's like me and grandma have that spiritual telepathic communication, because even the assisted living place, the nursing home that I went to visit her back when grandpa fathered, and I had to be there on my oldest son's birthday, but it was the day my grandfather passed, because Father did that energetically. Now I'm going to tell you what took place on this, okay? Because like I said, I'm transparent. I'm vulnerable. I don't care what anybody thinks or says about me. If they want to shame blame me, if they want to ridicule and cut me down, good for you. Kudos to you. The thing is this is a real journey, a real walk of life. Now, my father, the one who meant the most in my life, who never judged me, who always guided me, who was always there nurturing and loving me for who I am, died on my oldest son's birthday. Now, my oldest son's birthday was the most painful day of my life. Everybody would say, well, having birth of a child would be the greatest gift. No. When you're a baby having a baby, and your biological mother has that power to take and rip your child away from you after giving birth, and make sure that the nurses don't let you hold him, don't let you feed him, don't let you see him, and takes and signs him away, and he is exited out of your life, that became a very painful day to me. So energetically, Father said, look, you've held that pain in. You have held that pain in so deeply. So the day that your father passed, of your happiness, out goes the old, in comes the new. And it's shown me spiritually the synchronicity, the signs and synchronicities. Out with the old, in with the new. You have to balance both of them. Oh, goodness. Is it really? I can't tell what time it is, sweetheart, on my phone because I'm live. Okay, we'll end this up here with the advice message, but I need people to understand that Father does everything strategically. As long as you open up spiritually, you're going to understand and see the synchronicities that come around. Now, the reason why my grandfather, yes, Lakia, I'll answer your question in a minute, sweetheart. The thing is the one that meant the most to me, and the one that was supposed to mean the most to me, that caused me so much pain in my life to make me go into the drugs and drinking and sinful ways. The thing is it balanced itself out. And now I got them to happiness of both situations all on the same day, broken down. 19 is broken down to number 10, which is the angelic being, meaning me, how I'm connected to them too for that stable foundation. So, yes, Lakia, you can go ahead and ask your question, sweetheart. I'm going to have to go back through the chat because I wasn't paying attention to you, so family. It's so tiny that I can barely see when they come up unless I'm up here like this. Okay, so I will answer that in a second for you, because Father just wants me to pull one card from the divine guidance to sum up that the OM realms are always there spiritually guiding you, protecting you, and being there for you, because they work with our Father. So the Pleiades sisters all have a significant part, because there's 7 of them. So when you look up in the sky and you see that little cluster of stars of the 7 sisters, just know that we are talking about Amaya, Asayani, we are talking about Kelaero, Electra, Astrope, Tegate, and Miro. They are all there to help you balance your life out, okay? So, Father, what do we need to know? Look, And I'm taking this because it resonates with me. These two cards just came out. This is Divine Feminine. You have awakened to the journey. You have a full understanding, and now you are teaching that journey to others for them to understand. Do not live in your pain. Do not live in that suffering. Know that everything that you go through is a synchronicity in God's divine plan for you to be in alignment of being able to get and receive the information for that deep cellular healing that is needed for in your soul. Because when you don't heal these deep cellular wounds in your energetic vessel, it stays in the cells of your body and creates chronic illness, chronic pains. And Father is saying, for your stability, the astral realms are telling you everything has a sign in synchronicity. Okay? All right, Lakia, sweetheart, that was your beautiful message, soul family. Lakia, we are going to find out what is going on since you guys got back together. Okay, Father, what do we need to know about Lakia and Darius as they come back together? What do we need to know, Father, when... Ooh, okay, all right. All right, wow, okay. So the thing is one of the first things that Father is talking about is that you need to go through a transition. So the old ways that you guys did things, you need to break the way you did things, and you need to do things completely different and have the passion, because Father has brought you two back together because you are twin flame connection. You have a soul connection that Father has destined you two to be together on a spiritual level, to be rewarded with your significant other, who is going to inspire you, who is going to help put in the hard work to grow each other and understand that you will have a routine and a connection on your spiritual journey. So stay strong. Your manifestation is coming, and let them burdens go. Okay, 1010. This is God and the angels. Let them burdens go, because listen, you guys used to be very sneaky and deceptive to each other. And the thing is Father needs to say, no more smoke signals. You need to come out of the darkness and come to the light and be able to have better communication and have greater understanding. Okay, so that is your message, Lakia. I hope that resonates with you, sweetheart, that he is meant to come back in your life, and now you need to do things differently. You need to do things differently, because when you do, and you be loyal, dedicated, and devoted, and stay deeply rooted and grounded and faithful and communicated, you are going to get everything that is meant for you. Okay, but the thing is you cannot allow your trust issues to stop you, okay? You need to be able to go with the flow. Don't rush things when it comes to, well, you think that he's rushing it, but the thing is he has awakened to the fact of what this relationship truly means. He is now deeply rooted and grounded and understands that he's very disciplined and wanting to make this commitment. If you start distrusting him, if you think that it's moving way too fast, Father is saying you need to work on trust issues, okay? Because the thing is you're not trusting the process that Father has. Now, you guys have had time apart, and you have come back together for a reason, to create a stable foundation. You need to be able to do things differently. If he is not wanting to hide you anymore and keep you as a secret, and you two were sneaking around and didn't want people to know that you were doing things behind the scenes because you were afraid that they were going to be mad, now he is saying, listen, my heart chakra is open to you. I love you. I want to commit to you, and I want everybody to know that I'm in love with you. Okay, so this is a battle that we face when they come into the maturity of what they truly want. Okay, yeah, and that's why you're feeling this sting, because it's like you're a water sign. Okay, you go based off on emotions, and Father says no, you need to become deeply rooted and grounded, because the Scorpio is what we call the underworld, right? It's like you can hide certain things, but then as they come out, it's like you feel threatened, so you automatically want to sting it, you automatically want to shut it down. Don't stop your blessing, sweetheart. Let it flow naturally and see where it's going to go. Because even though you think it may be too fast, it's because really you fear the fact of how they're going to judge you, how they're going to see you, what they're going to think about you. But Father says, don't do that. Don't block your blessing. All right, and I am going to go back into and scroll through the chat here to see if there's anything that anybody else was saying, because I wasn't trying to ignore you, so family. That's why I can't wait for my computer to come back. So, does that make sense to you, Lakia? Does that make sense, sweetheart, of what I was letting you know, that you got to do things differently? You got to break them chains and constraints of how you used to do things, and you need to come to a different level of saying, hey, I need to see this from a different perspective now. It's like he's willing to not have me as a secret. He's willing to cherish. He's willing to express that he wants to be committed to me. He wants some type of commitment because he's bringing me to the people who is most dear to his heart. Don't forget to hit, yes, you are very welcome, sweetheart. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and that little notification bell so you know when I go live. Anybody who is wanting to leave a donation to help with equipment, as you know that the computer situation, I may have to get a new one, because they're talking about something that it could have fried the motherboard or the graphics something or whatever. Like I told you, me and computers, we have a love-hate relationship. And something about it did something, or there's some type of malware or whatever on something. I don't know. I can go back and read the email to give you details, but me and computers, we have love-hate relationship. I love it, but it hates me, and that's why we can't get along, and it tries to push my buttons all the time, and I push its buttons, but, you know, just had to crack a funny. All right, Lakia, I'm glad that that makes sense to you, sweetheart. So this is a time for you to turn a new leaf. And Thanksgiving is next week, Thursday, okay? And it's Thankful Thursday. You need to be thankful that things have changed, okay? Don't do old patterns. Don't do old patterns. It's time for new. It's time to have gratitude and appreciation that, yeah, it may seem fast, but things will slow down in that comfortability when you're not putting the brakes on and digging your heels in, okay? You have to go with the flow and trust God's process, because he knows exactly what's meant for you to. All right, so now I'm going to go through the live chat. Again, forgive me, soul family. Let's see if we can back the train up here. Wow. I apologize because I didn't see all of these coming in. All right. Hey, what will between? Okay, so there's the Kia. I already answered her. Yes, and spiritually, they will get what they got coming to them. Keep praying, keep forgiving. Yes, and Father will always bring you like-minded people who are very spiritual, very open to their gifts, to make you feel and know that you are greatly appreciated and that you don't have to feel like an outcast. Yes, and that's what we are here to do, to create that best version of you, because happiness is contagious. We are here to help other people grow. We cannot fix people. Okay, we cannot come in like a mechanic and say, oh, well, your gasket is blowing. These screws need to be tightened down. This oil pan is a little lopsided. No, we don't do that. It's like we are here sharing our testimony, sharing God's message to be able to help you grow, flow, and glow. Or did I say that? Flow, grow, and grow. Yeah. And the 3 R's, renew, realign, and rejuvenate. Oops, hold on. Yes, absolutely. And I said that how it says in the Bible, Father says, if, somebody does something to you 7 times, forgive them 7 times, it's like, and the spiritual awaken. Yes, never be curious of what their punishment is going to be. You just sit back and keep focusing on you, because if you focus on the punishment, it may not be the punishment that you were hoping for, but it's going to be worse than what you could have tried to do. So don't dwell on their darkness of what's going to happen to them. You dwell on your light. You be that pillar of a strength, and follow Father, read the Bible, do what you do to stay close to Him, meditate, go into solitude with Him, and get the answers that you are needing. But do never, ever, ever, if somebody does you wrong, you shut that door, because that is not your problem no more. You don't worry about what karma's coming to them. You just know that you keep pushing forward. That's right. And never let anybody slow you down. You hit that gas, sucking gas and hauling ass, because the thing is you are taking your journey step by step, day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour, and you're loving yourself unconditionally, and never let anybody make you doubt yourself. Because if you start doubting yourself, you're letting that negative energy come in and steal your peace, to steal your self-reflection, to put you in that grief. Don't let them do that. Yes, and like I said, God will always make you abundant. He will always give you more than what the enemy has stolen from you. So don't dwell, don't be jealous, don't be envious of, well, they got blessed and they got this and they got that, and I sit over here and I got to script and scramble and not have it. No, appreciate that Father is doing that for a reason, to show that you are not materialistic, you are not a monetary person, you are a true nurturing person, and you don't care what they have and what they got, because Father is going to bless you bigger than what they got, to where their eyes are going to bug out and they're going to be like, they didn't even do anything for them, blah, blah, blah. That's right, because that's the testimony of Father. He is going to bless you bigger than what they got. And then they're going to come running like, hey, what about me? Do you remember me? Yeah, I remember all the times you shit on me, you bastard. Sorry, I just had to say it. Like I said, I'm not perfect. A lot of people think because I choose not to swear, that is walking in the righteousness with Father. Now, I'll tell you, back in my time, when I was away from God, I swore like a sailor. I'm telling you, I swore like a sailor. And that's why my boat had so many barnacles on it, because it's like, I do still fight my sin with swearing, okay? But the thing is I try very hard to change the way I used to be. I want people to understand that, because, a lot of people say, oh, well, she don't swear, she's too goody two-shoe. Nuh-uh. Hand you a tissue. That is your issue, because I do have my sins, and I walk in my sins, and I repent my sins. But from time to time, it's like when you go from taking somebody who swore like a sailor in every word, and I mean point blankly put it out there. I didn't care. If somebody was looking at me the wrong way, I made sure I let them know that I see you looking at me the way you are. But the fact is we try to change that, because Father is against that negative energy. Father is saying that the tongue may be a muscle, but that tongue is also a sword. And some of the things that you can say can deeply lash out into somebody and hurt them in the most extravagant way, to where you block your blessings. So when somebody is trying to change how they used to be, because I used to F-bomb it all the time. I'm talking, even my best friend said to me the other night when I was really upset, said, "Wow, you're using the F-bomb again?" Yeah, I'm sinning right now because I'm very upset. I'm very upset that this has taken place and I have to transmute that energy, and you happened to call me when I was in the moment of that energy and you didn't let me transmute it. They think that it's always peaches and cream and strawberries and cream and stuff like that. But the thing is it's not. We face our challenges every day. And I'm still growing just as much as all of you. And I don't ever think that I'm better than anybody. I just know that I heed the messages that Father gives me and the OM realms give me in order to make that change within me. Because I have to do that. Nobody else is going to do it for me. I and God are doing this. So I have to pay for my sins of what I do too. Yes, absolutely. I did write the letters. I did write the letters. I didn't hold back. I wrote them to every one of the family members that treated me the way that they did. Yep, and God has a way of bringing it around full circle. Absolutely. Sorry does not mean anything to me. If somebody says sorry to me, they have to be genuine. They have to walk with the will of God. And their sorry has to mean that I am changing my actions because I have guilt for hurting you and I'm truly sorry and I will not do that again. But if somebody is going to keep hurting you repeatedly and say, I'm sorry, but they're not going to take any action, well, guess what? They don't mean sorry. They're just saying it so that you don't argue with them. They're just saying it to end that conversation, to no longer have to deal with it until it comes up the next time. They are not sorry. They are not taking accountability. So if somebody tells you sorry, really look into it. Are they genuine? Are their actions changing of what they did to you to make a difference? Because if not, keep that door closed until they face their shadow side. Okay, I think I've got it. Yes, Sister Luana, thank you so much for being here and supporting me, my beautiful sister. It was a beautiful message tonight, and hopefully it brings people closer to our Father to know that it's not just him. He has his whole angelic team that watches over us. You know, it's almost like the analogy Father is saying, like some of us that are driving and we have a normal routine, normal route, and one day we're just compelled to go a different way. Well, one of the sisters are coming in and saying, hey, I need you to go this way today. Take a different route because I see what's about to happen. And there could be a massive car crash, you know, or something that took place to where you would have been in harm's way. So they directed you to go a different way out of your normal setting. You were directed to go a different way to protect you. So them are signs and synchronicities you need to pay attention to. Yes, CBVOY and HICK, because that is our mission, to create that best version of ourselves and to have that happiness that is very contagious. Because like I said, nobody knows what walks other people are going unless they share their testimony, unless they bring it forward and speak their truth. The thing is some people can be going through the most mundane thing, and a simple smile, a simple hello will let them know that you recognize that they're going through some type of pain, that they're going through some type of trauma, or there's something wrong, or they've been isolated. You can change the world one day at a time, one smile at a time, one hello at a time, or just striking up a conversation, because they may live by themselves. They may be lonely. They may not have anybody in their corner anymore. And for somebody to acknowledge them makes them know and see their true potential. So, yes, thank you, soul family. Like I said, I know this has been a long video, but you know me. Once I get the messages coming through, I don't stop until Father says, we got him. You see, we got him. And it's like, okay, got it. Can you see me now? Can you hear me now? All right, so family, I love you all. Like I said, if anybody is trying to reach out to me, I never reach out to you unless I'm guided by God in order to do that. But otherwise, the energy exchange, I let you have the free will to energetically message me first so that we can engage that way. It's called a respecting on a spiritual level. But if Father, says, hey, I need you to reach out to this person, I need you to go over here and say this, because the thing is you have gone through the same things, and this person is going through the same thing you're going through right now, but they have nobody and they feel alone, even though they're in the walk with God. He says, hey, I need you to reach out, because he's trying to bring that puzzle piece together, but not everybody listens. Not everybody listens. They want to just keep doing them and keep doing what they need to do. But the thing is everything is a sign and synchronicity. Everything. Okay, Father does that for a reason, because each person has their own learning capabilities, okay? Some learn by hands-on, some learn by, reading the book, some learn from hearing others speak about it. And it means, so many different things when Father says there's multiple ways to communicate in order for it to resonate with people, to understand it and grasp it the way that their thinking process thinks and process things. So, like I said, my email is down there. It's earthangel444 healing. It's down there in the description box. And like I said, I don't have my normal disclosure down there right now, as you know, because of the computer situation, but I did put a message down in there in the description. So if you haven't read it, just know. Also, I want to say that it's because of my soul family. It's because of all the love and support. It's like things jumped up and I got a message from my YouTube to let me know that all of my beautiful supporters and everything else, I got so many, I don't even know how to explain it, because it's like this is the first thing that's happening. Everybody says, well, you've been on here for this long, but you only have that many people. Well, you know what? Father didn't have many people that followed him either. But the thing is the ones that did follow were the most important. So just know that resonates here. I don't need thousands and thousands of people to hear the messages, because when the time is right, they're going to get the message. Okay. The thing is I'm not here on that part of it, but I do want to share the good news that YouTube said, hey, listen, most people who have that low of people do not have that high of analytics when it comes to the content. And so it's like I achieved certain levels and unlocked certain things, I guess, perks, as they would say, through the YouTube. But I just want to say it's because of my soul family that we have over 11,500 views on all 378 videos of mine, which to some people that ain't a lot, but to me, it's like, hey, dealing with my cancer stuff and being in and out on this platform, it's like, to me, that is a blessing. Now, they say in order for you to gain certain perks, you have to have over, I think it's and don't quote me because, like I said, I haven't been able to dig into this and look into it yet fully. But they said that you have to have like over 4,000 minutes or whatever to reach a certain master perk. Well, thank you, so family, because I got 8,417 minutes of view time in order for that perk, that master perk, to be opened, even though I don't have, because they expect you to have certain allowment of people that follow you. But Father said, no, that's not how it works. You can have little followers like I have, and I greatly appreciate all 168 of my followers, because that's that intimate soul connection. That means that it's truly reaching our soul family. Now, the others that come in, they're welcome in our family. But Father said, it's a lot of people will outcast you. A lot of people will not want to hear you. A lot of people will get triggered in the message that you say. A lot of people will cast judgment and hate you for who and what you speak of because it triggers their demons. Oh, well, not my problem, right? But soul family, I wanted to share that with you because, yes, thank you, sister. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I greatly appreciate you, because to me, it means a lot knowing that I have gone above and beyond the bar of their expectation, all by giving Father's message. And I knew nothing of the sort, because when I come on here, I'm not on here to make the money off of people. I've told you before, I do it for the love of God. But when I ask for anybody who wants to leave donations, it's because Father says, if you have to, ask, right? And I always told you, He gives me a message, I'm going to ask. If you hear it, you're going to hear it from me, not these fake scammers. Okay? But the thing is we went above and beyond the expectations. And Father says that ain't even done yet, because your messages have gone into rooms of people you haven't even met yet, people you haven't even seen yet. But your light is shining significantly and changing their lives, because they're coming out of their ego, they're coming out of their pride, and they're feeling what you say. And it's like Father said, you watch. That recognition is going to be there. But I'm giving recognition to my soul family for being there and supporting me and saying, listen, you have been here supporting me every step of the way, and we did this accomplishment, which I knew nothing of the sort, because when I opened this, I was on my deathbed with ports and drains and a 14-hour surgery and tumors and all this cancer that they were removing, right? It's like, I don't know. I was just called by Father to do this, and I did it, and here we are. So I wanted to share that. I love you all. God bless you, and I will let you get on your way, because like I said, I almost took up 2 hours of your time, but trust and believe it's for a good reason. You know, Father says the message may be long, and some may check out after 17 to 20 minutes, but the thing is they're the ones not gathering all the puzzle pieces. So the ones who stick around, much love to you. Hug you, so family. I greatly appreciate all of you. May God bless you and bring all your wishes, goals, dreams, and desires to come true. Anybody who is going through a hard time now, or feeling alone, or feeling isolated, ask our Father. He will pick you up and put you on that solid rock and bring you back to your foundation, to come to that inner peace within yourself, because you are of love and light. Yes, thank you so much, sister. I greatly appreciate you and love you wholeheartedly, endlessly, for eternal life, to all my soul family. And make sure that everybody is hitting that like, that little notification, so you know when I do go live. And anybody who is wanting to order a shirt, like I said, where'd it go? I had the listings of all the prices, because I was in the process of putting that in my description under my trademark stuff and everything on my laptop, and it's not on the phone part, because they only give you about this big of a space to type all this stuff in. So I will get it up there when I figure out if I've got to take the financial hit and get a new computer, which I love that computer, because it was camouflage. It was down to Mother Earth, like with me, you know, it's like camouflaged, the 1 terabyte. So yeah, we're still working on it. We'll know. God bless you. I love you all. Good night, good day, and I will see you tomorrow, whether it's on this or whether it's on the laptop. I will keep you posted, So family. Much love. Good night and God bless you.